It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson here once again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal for 2K Sports. Pleased you are here with us for Game 5 of the conference semifinals. And coming right up, we'll see the Utah Jazz playing against
We've got rabid Los Angeles fans packed inside the Staples Center. 2K Sports welcomes you to NBA Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber, Greg Anthony on our sideline, as reporter David Aldridge. And a bit of a treat for all our fans out there. The one and only Kobe Bryant's going to join us for this portion of the broadcast. Kobe, what a great honor to have you with us. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, happy to stop by. Thanks for having me.
You might have a career in broadcasting, though.
I'm good. I'm good.
No chance, huh?
No, thank you.
I'm glad we've got you tonight. You look at the Lakers. With the series tied 2 games apiece, a chance here to retake the series lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
No secret here, guys, that in this situation, the winner of Game 5 goes on to win the series the vast majority of the time. So they want to take care of business here and avoid a do-or-die Game 6 in hostile territory.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Pippen is out there with Grant. Then there's Frazier. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Ginobili in at the 2. And Kobe, your spectacular high school career at Lower Merion High School in Philadelphia, in that Philadelphia area, paved the way for your NBA career. Talk about some of the highlights of your days in high school.
Well, my days in high school were fun. I mean, I played at a small high school called Lower Merion High School, so not too many people heard of it. You know, when you come to Philadelphia, the schools that you hear of are Overbrook, where Wilt Chamberlain went to school, Bartram, right, where Earl the Pearl Monroe went to school, right? But you never heard of little old Lower Merion High School, right? So it was a huge honor to be able to bring a state championship to Lower Merion and kind of put Lower Merion on the map, and that's the most exciting part about it.
Oh, a terrific story indeed. A huge honor, I'm sure. And the trend around the league, Kobe, is more offense, more three-pointers, certainly spacing, fluid offense. Scoring is up around the league in a measurable way from, it seems like, year to year. Do you like the way this is trending, or do you think the NBA should maybe put a governor on this, harness it in just a little bit?
Well, I don't think it'll swing back to the way, I mean.
Do you?
Yeah, because the game has gone through that progression before. You know, it's constantly evolving. And so I think you'll see it swing back eventually. You'll have a couple teams that are just big and may have a dominant post player, and all of a sudden you're going inside, and then that team will win a championship, and then the rest of the teams in the league will try to copycat the way the game is played that way. Then things will swing back. So it's just natural evolution of the game, I think.
Kobe, you were a player who lived in the gym. What motivated you as you go back and look at all those hours you spent in the gym to do that, to follow that path?
I loved it. I loved the game. It wasn't a matter of working hard. I didn't realize I was working hard until like my second or third year in the league, when I realized here in the NBA, a lot of players don't do that.
Right.
It was kind of a big shock to me. Like, I assumed everybody in the NBA
just worked hard.
Yeah, but to me it wasn't hard work. It was like, I love doing this. Like, there's no place on earth I'd rather be than be here in this gym with a basketball in the league.
But the greats are always the hardest workers, aren't they? I mean, right, have you ever seen a great player who is not the hardest worker on their team?
No, I've seen players have great seasons, and and then the next season it's not so much, and then they have another great one, and the consistency isn't there. The truly great players love what they do, and that looks like hard work to the outside world.
Did you enjoy playing the game? There was so much you put into the game, but did you enjoy the game?
I did. I enjoyed the game. I loved playing, the competition and all that, the getting ready and all that. But I enjoyed practice more.
Did you?
I did. I enjoyed training and practice more than I did the games.
And that one's good. Drummond.
Wow, Drummond is one of the top rebounders in the game. You have to put a body on him, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, just to prevent him from coming away with a second chance opportunity.
And Kobe, something that has changed in the NBA over the course of your career is the role of the power forward, the 4. More and more you need to be able to stretch the floor, take your guy outside, shoot the 3. Do you feel that that's a trend, or is that something you think that is here to stay in the NBA?
Well, I think things will evolve and things will change. I mean, you start getting power forwards like Tim Duncan and Garnett back in the league, Dirk. All of a sudden, it becomes less and less of a commodity to have smaller fours.
Right.
Because you're going to need to deal with the Tim Duncans and the Garnetts of the world. So I think it's just a natural evolution thing.
Did you, when you had to guard a big like that, ever fear going out and trying to get him on the side or even working him inside the lane where he would have more power, more advantage?
No, I never worried about it too much. What I try to do is I always try to study the film and figure out what their tendencies are, what their sweet spots are, and you just try to get them off of that. It's not necessarily about the size of them, but how do you get yourself in position when you can knock them off down just a little bit and use the lack of size that you have to disorient them.
For Utah, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. And in the history of the NBA, only a handful of players have lasted 20 seasons. Kobe, you played all 20 with the Los Angeles Lakers, an NBA record for seasons with one team. What does it mean to just having worn that Laker jersey your entire career?
Well, I mean, it's a huge honor. I've always been a massive Laker fan, even when I was a kid. And so I never dreamed that I'd actually be wearing the golden armor for my NBA career. So to be sitting here right now, having played 20 years, is literally the coolest dream that could have ever happened to any kid. Happened to me.
And I don't know that it'll happen again. The way the league is structured now, the money, the free agency, even though you had a chance to leave a couple times, you always chose to stay.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's loyalty is a word that you hear thrown around often. But in this day and age, it's very tough to see in sports because of the cap, because of, the free agency market and so forth and so on. So I've been very, very fortunate to have a great organization and to be able to have played 20 years of my career here.
Now, here's Grant. After Shaquille O'Neal's miss, Grant kicks to Frazier. Screened by Grant. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Shawn Marion is checked in for the Lakers. Ginobili against Thompson. Ginobili kicks to Grant. 5 to shoot. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
I mean, truth is, if you play long enough, sometimes you're going to have a bad quarter, even a bad game. I doubt that this shakes his confidence.
Now here's Thompson. 11 points in the game. Pass to Heinsohn. From deep, Phillips. Rebound, Grant.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Here's Pippen. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Marion outside. He dishes it to Billups. Shot clock at 6. Over Frazier. And it comes off the front of the rim.
A frustrating start to this quarter for him.
Kobe LeBron said he learned so much about how to approach the game when you shared the floor on Team USA. What was it like playing with a guy like him, as you also played with Jordan, and then going up against him all those years?
Well, I think it was a shocking experience for them because I don't think they realized how much I talk trash. So,
no.
Yeah,
what?
I don't think they knew because, when you from a distance, Kobe, we thought you were really quiet and all sorts of stuff, and you get to practice, and I just don't shut up. And I'm just saying really brutal things about their game. It's just, they're getting really ticked off. But
yeah, because you were right.
Yeah,
well,
the intensity of practice goes up another level. And then we'd all go out to dinner, and then the next morning, we come into the meeting, and I've already been working out for 2 hours. And so then they see that, and then, D-Wade would come up and say, hey, man, I want to join you in your workout. What time are we going? 5 a.m. I'd be down there working out. And Brian said, I want to come too. And Brian would show up, and then Melo would show up. And all slowly but surely, we have our whole USA team in the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning training.
What a constructive time, I would think.
For
those
beautiful.
Other players.
But it was fun for all of us because we got a chance to hang around each other and think about the competition, right? So now when we come back to the NBA, fans are getting a better product, right? Because we've all been working out and pushing each other and getting better off of each other. So now when we step on the court to compete against each other, that means we have to take our games to another level.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's a great story. 3-pointer. Rebound by Pippen.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And Kobe, how did you learn to watch tape? Because there are guys now watching tape, and they'll just go, and you wonder if it's really even sinking in.
Trial and error.
Yeah, right. Really? That was it?
Trial and error. You start looking at things, you start saying, man, like if I'm watching an edit on the player, and I watch one particular game. And then I look at the next game, and he's doing the same thing. And the next night, he's doing the same thing. Hold on, let me go back and watch. And then you start looking for consistent behaviors or patterns in their behavior. And then you think, okay, maybe that's something that's a tendency for him. Let me go back and check. 2 dribbles, turn. 2 dribbles, turn. 2 dribbles, turn. 2 dribbles, turn. 2 dribbles. Oh, my God, yeah,
there
that's
it is.
it.
There's the pattern.
Right, so what if I interrupt him between his first and second dribble and throw him off a rhythm? What'll happen then? Right? What if I know he's going to go 1-2, turn right shoulder? I let him go 1-2. Now I jump to his right shoulder. Now you can't turn there. What happens then? You throw him off of their patterns.
And Utah has possession. Following the bucket by the Lakers. Off the screen, Sean Marion grabs the miss.
Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping for him.
You look back to the final game as a player, Kobe, all the emotion that was building up for that moment. Then you go out and score 60 points. Surreal moment. Did you ever think for any moment that maybe I've got 1 year left in the tank after that 60-point performance?
You know what? It wasn't a matter if I had another year in the tank. It was just, I just don't want to do this. You know, I wake up in the morning, my body's sore. You know, that 60-point game was everything I had left for that year. And to be able to have to, like, reboot that and reset the system all over again, no fair.
People don't see that side of it, do they?
No, they don't. But you know, it's just, nor do we want them to, right? We want them to appreciate being entertained and coming to a game and taking their mind off of whatever it is they want to take their mind off of. It's an opportunity for them to escape. And that's what we provide. So that's completely fine.
Here is Frazier after the basket by the Lakers. He feeds it to Williams. From 13, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Boz has got his first 2 points. Kobe, you're a father. You've enjoyed that process, but basketball got in the way. A lot of that. How do you balance fatherhood and playing at the level you played at?
Yeah, when I was winning championships there, our kids were still relatively young, or I should say babies. In my last few years, they were older and knew they could really feel my absence. And so what I try to do is try to bring them along for the process. So there were mornings I would wake them up and say, let's go. Say, we're going. Well, Daddy's going to go train, so let's go.
No kidding.
And I bring them with me. And they'd be in the gym shooting around or kicking a soccer ball around or hitting a volleyball around. But I felt like it was important as a father to not just tell them about hard work, but they need to see what I'm doing. When you're sleeping, this is what I'm doing here for 3 hours. And so they're a part of the process and feel connected to the process. But traveling and things of that nature is very, very hard. There's been plenty of birthdays that I've missed and school plays that I've missed.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Jones up top. Right wing. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Traveling was a part of your job, a part of mine. You missed some things with the kids, but I know you take pride, Kobe, in the fact that you made it to a lot of things as well. You were not an absent parent.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's I having a great partner. I mean, my wife has been absolutely amazing, which I think is extremely important as well, because she really held down the fort at home, which to me is the toughest job in the world to do. You know, I have it easy in terms of going out there and playing games, but to have the responsibility of actually raising young people to be outstanding citizens. You talk about pressure. I mean, that's I have to ask how she feels about handling that. You know what I mean? Because that's true pressure.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
There's a screen by Williams. There's the screen. A 3-ball. Doesn't go for him. And so it's Utah in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And the Gasol brothers, Pau, talked about the joy of...
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way 2 of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become 2 of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Especially when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers. I mean, they traded him to Memphis for his brother. And that does all seem like fiction, doesn't it?
And thanks for joining us again as we get set to continue our broadcast of the Western Conference semifinals. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. You've got Russell. Williams is out there with Williams. And there's Chambers, and it's Boss in at the 5 spot. Now here's Williams, looking for his first basket still in this one. Shoots from the baseline. Chambers can't make the basket.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision-making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
Utah leading by 8. And, Kobe, did the Laker front office ever talk to you or just brush an idea past you to get your opinion on things, whether it be a trade or a free agent signing or whatever?
No, we never really did that. We never had that kind of working relationship. And I think it's actually better that way.
Do you?
Because then it enables me to have a better relationship with the guys where they know I'm not involved in those decisions. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because if so, it makes it weird. That relationship, guys get traded, and teammates are looking at you, and it's hard for them to trust you and all sorts of stuff. The most conversation I had was with Dr. Buss in this very shaky time.
Yes.
Where I voiced my concerns, and he said, "Listen, I promise you, you see the right trade, you will pull the trigger, and I'm going to do everything I can to get you a championship. I promise you that." And after he said that, I trusted him completely. That was that. And then the following year, he made a beautiful trade for Pau Gasol.
He sure did. And a couple championships. Worked out well.
Yeah, it did.
And so it's Utah here with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. Williams against Jones. Goes up from the top of the key. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5. You know, Kobe, you played 20 years in the NBA. Sports medicine and training becoming increasingly important for extending careers, keeping guys on the floor. How far has that science come in the time from you when you entered the league until the time that you retired last year?
Well, it helped me play 20 years.
Yeah, right.
You know?
But different methods all the way, huh?
Different methods all the way. I mean, it's when I first came in the league and understanding what sports medicine was at the time and the research on recovery. And as the years went on, more science research started coming out on the benefits of contrast therapy, of ice baths, and surgical procedures. Like, if I would have ruptured my Achilles years ago, I never would have come back from it. And now, my Achilles, even as I sit here today, it's like I never hurt it.
No kidding.
It's amazing.
Now, here's Thompson. He's got 11.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
No good from Ginobili.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Hey, Kobe, when you take a look at great NBA rivalries, your mind goes more to the past than the present. I'm not sure why that is, but maybe you can enlighten us why rivalries seem to matter more or were more in our minds from yesteryear as opposed to today.
Because we can recall where we were when. Right?
Yeah,
the recollection is always more powerful in retrospect, right? I mean, that's always, you remember where you were when, Magic hit that running hook shot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Some people can remember where they were when Nelson hit that shot that bounced off the back of the rim and almost touched the rafters and fell back in, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's those memories that create a lasting impact. And even though in today's game, you can look at it and say, there's no real rivalries in today's game. There are. But they're only sink in over time.
So you think the Cleveland-Golden State rivalry, because the greats are on opposite sides there, will linger and will resonate like that?
Absolutely.
Kobe, a big part of the talent evaluation today is the psychological impact and that aspect, which I think will lead teams toward one prospect over another. If you were looking for personality traits in players and you were making that decision for a team, what trait would you value the most in a player?
No, curiosity. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's curiosity.
Why so?
Because curious people will always ask why things work or don't work.
And you were a big why asker.
You have to, because that's the only reason you win, is when you can figure out why things happen or didn't happen. Right? If you lose a game, a curious person won't point the finger. A curious person will say, well, why did we lose? Instead of just saying them.
Right.
They're going to go back and check the film and ask questions. Okay, why did we mess up there? Why did we blow that coverage there?
And they continue to control the glass.
Stolen by Thompson. Feeds it to Gasol. Kicks it to Billups. Gasol a screen. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And yes, a nice assist from Billups.
No, there's no limit to what Thompson can do offensively. We all know that. He hasn't taken his foot off the gas pedal all night.
You know, Kobe, the league seems to be moving away from isolation basketball, sometimes called hero ball, in favor of more ball movement, more of a fluid offense. What do you make of that trend?
Well, I think it's the right thing. I mean, if you look at the way the Knicks played, for example, when they had Bill Bradley, Busher, Phil was coming off the bench.
Well, you are a historian. You love the history of the game, don't you?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I can just tell working with you.
Yeah. Holtzman was coaching. You had Frazier out there. I mean, they moved the ball. I mean, everything was predicated on ball movement, as was the Celtics with Brett Auerbach. And then in the 80s, things changed a little bit. You start going to more isolation ball, where guys would post deep and force a double coverage to come all the way down to him, and then you start moving the ball around. Now you start seeing a spread offense where the ball's moving again like it was when the Knicks were playing and the Celtics were playing. And so, you know, I think it just depends on the style of defense that you're seeing and the personnel that you have. I think that determines your style of play.
Stolen by O'Neal. Here's Heinsohn. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Shoots over Pippen, and the go-ahead bucket, no good.
The defense recognizing the situation and getting right in his face once he got close to the bucket.
Billups against Williams. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Now here's Thompson. He's got 20. From deep, Billups. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Under the leadership of Commissioner Adam Silver, the league, Kobe, has been proactive, looking to improve the game. What are some changes you'd like to see coming up in the future?
Well, more physical play. That's one of the things I think, it just drives me crazy.
You never shied away from physical.
Well, no, I mean, this is the NBA, right? So I always look at the NBA as another level of play, another level of physicality. It's not the same calls that are being called in high school or being called in college. This is another level. And it certainly used to be that way. Now, there's a lot of little touchy fouls here and there that I'd rather see not be a part of the game.
That has changed, hasn't it?
Oh, my goodness. In Europe, the game is actually more physical. Think about that for a second.
Wow. Williams with a clean look. Offensive rebound. Drummond. And finally they hit one. Drummond's got 6 points.
Sometimes all you have to do is dump the ball down to Drummond and get out of the way. He'll take care of the rest, utilizing his massive frame so well.
Some say, Kobe, that the shooting guard crop in the NBA right now, a little light in terms of depth, not quite as many top 2 guards as we used to see play the game. Who do you like among some of the 2 guards you see now in the NBA?
Well, it depends who we're considering a 2 guard.
Right,
because
they
the
just
ones,
blend,
2s,
don't they?
the 3s, they all just blend.
Combo guards are playing some forward position. It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. So, shooting guards to me are guards that have to do everything. You have to be able to play the post. You have to be able to play the perimeter. You have to be able to play the point. You have to do everything. So I'll put Russell Westbrook in that category. I'll put James Harden in that category. I'll put Kawhi Leonard in that category. It's a lot of players I'm forgetting. Even Giannis, I would say, is a 2 guard because of what he does.
Yes.
So there's a lot of talented guards out there.
Did you like the ball in your hand, bringing it up, or would you have rather someone else bring it up, then get it to you in the half court, and then do what you did?
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm jealous about Michael, because Michael didn't have to do that. He had Pippen.
Yes, right. Who always brought it up.
Yeah, yes, so he could focus on coming off the screens and catching and shooting. He didn't have to think about facilitating first. He could think about scoring and then passing out of double teams.
It's good on the putback. Shaq's got his first basket of the night.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Gasol with the steal. Tries from 16. Yep, that one goes. Now it's a 5-point Laker lead. And Kobe, you talked about coming off screen. Some guys come off a screen and kind of just lollygag. You came off and you pass the ball and then get back at it again.
Efficient.
Explode off those screens.
Angles, right? Yes. You got to be able to read those things. And when you're catching, you're in attack mode all the time. But then it's demoralizing to the defense.
I'm sure it is.
You're always on.
Yeah.
You're always looking. You're always checking. You're always in fear that he's going to attack. So, we always try to keep our foot in the gas.
Always.
A foot in the throat.
Yeah. Here is Frazier following the basket by Shaquille O'Neal. Drummond a screen. Frazier against Billups. 6 on the shot clock. Ginobili gets a wide open look. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Ginobili's got his second bucket of the night. Passes it to O'Neal. Over Drummond. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Lakers lead by 4.
He just looks more engaged this second quarter. A far cry from his disappointing play in the first period.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by, Kobe. Hope you come back and join us again.
I definitely will. I had a great time, man. Thank you for having me.
You know, Greg, it's amazing to think back on Kobe's career, but to hear the perspective and context in a broadcast setting like this, it's an awful lot of fun, isn't it?
It really is. And you know the depth of knowledge from the kind of career Kobe has had.
Ooh!
That's how you attack. Wow.
Attack the rim, baby. Move out the way.
Pass to Heinsohn. Grant against Gasol. There's the pass to Heinsohn. The 3 from Billups. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Frazier against Billups. And here's Frazier. He has 7. Over Billups. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Great awareness of the clock to end.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is always such a pleasure. Have I told you that enough? Looking at the Lakers, they have yet to take control of this series or the game. We know the team that wins Game 5 of a series that's tied 2-2 is often the one to advance, so they need to be at their best in the second half. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, first and foremost, you got to take care of the basketball, and that means playing with poise, making good decisions, and not giving.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join.
And we're back here at Game 5 with more action about to get underway. Klay Thompson. Los Angeles leading by 3. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Shaquille O'Neal is out there with Pau Gasol. Then it's Heinsohn. Then there's Chauncey Billups. And it's Thompson in at the 2-guard spot. It's deflected. Frazier the pass to Ginobili. The shot that time not on target. Good D by Thompson. Dishes to O'Neal. On the wing, Thompson. It's hauled in by Frazier.
I'm sure he'd say to himself, no excuse for missing that shot, even when it's such a clean look.
Here's Grant, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And for the Lakers, they're shooting the ball at 42%. Billups kicks to Gasol. Down low. Here's Shaq. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Lakers shooting their first free throw tonight. And the free throw, no good. Jazz have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Pippen dishes to Grant. The feed to Frazier. Back to Grant. Gasol with the steal. Pass to Heinsohn. And the rejection by Pippen. Here's Grant. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. The free throw drops for Grant. That one is no good. The Lakers in the lead. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. And now let's give you a look at the players who have stood out at taking high percentage shots in the playoffs. Third is Andre Drummond. And of course, Pau Gasol.
And they've both been extremely hot from the floor. Great timing on their part to get it going in the postseason.
Drummond, a screen, stolen by Thompson. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And Billups, here we go.
Clearly a foul.
Los Angeles shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. First one falls for him. And Chauncey Billups drops them both.
And as great of a free throw shooter as he is, it's still a part of his game. He works very hard at it.
Here's Frazier. And no good that time. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. They won in their last outing, Saturday's game.
And always tough on the road, but that attack mindset that they brought offensively, I really felt like that set them apart.
Well, also great execution. Let's not forget about that. Being active gets you only so far if you lack the discipline.
That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Ginobili.
Now, that was a sensational feed. He hit him right on the move.
Thompson with it. Picked up by Ginobili. Shaq with the screen. Frazier against Billups. Clock at 4. O'Neal. It's good on the putback.
They've leaned on him tonight, and he's delivered with some great shooting.
Frazier, the pass to Ginobili. The dish now to Drummond. Screen by Grant. And Drummond kicks to Frazier. Drummond with a screen on Billups. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Drummond always stays active around the rim. He does not need a whole lot of room to throw back some missed shots.
Shaq with the screen. On the wing, Thompson. Guarded by Pippen. Heinsohn the pass to O'Neal. Shoots over Frazier. Out to Thompson. Beyond the arc. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 11 rebounds in the game. Ginobili can't hit.
He hit a 3 in the first half. Now he's searching for his first outside shot in the second half.
The Lakers making a switch here. Bradley's checked in. And the wide open shot from Billups. Connects from 3-point range. Billups has got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking it.
Drummond with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. Drummond with a screen on Bradley. It's Ginobili outside. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Ginobili's got 10 points in the game. Billups against Frazier. And Thompson kicks to Billups. He dishes it to O'Neal. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Shot clock at 6. And that one, good. 12 points for him. Jazz trail by 3. Frazier with it. He's got 9. Looking to get it going. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Well, this is just another case where being aggressive wins out.
For Utah, they have shot 50% from the line on 10 attempts. That's a few too many misses. Sean Marion, he's checked in for the Lakers. And it's tied up with that one. The Lakers with the ball. They set the pick. Screen by O'Neal. Thompson for the triple. Rebound, Utah. Grant's got 11 rebounds in the game.
He hasn't been the same in his second half shooting from the perimeter after an impressive first half.
Feeds to Billups. Passes it to Heinsohn. He kicks to O'Neal. Just 5 to shoot. And the basket is good.
He hasn't missed so far this quarter, and you can see why. His form is perfect, and he's taking high percentage shots.
He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip. D, he's checked in for Heinsohn. And a switcher also for Utah. Williams is checked in. That's good from O'Neal. And so it's Utah here with the ball. Screen by Grant. Right side, Pippen. Out to the right wing. Drummond dishes to Pippen. Grant kicks to Frazier. Grant with a screen on Billups. Shot from the wing. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads. Cut to just 1 on the basket from Scottie Pippen.
That's his mindset. Attack, attack, attack whenever possible.
Thompson passes to Billups. Three-pointer. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Lakers lead by 3.
Oh, big-time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Pippen, no luck.
Pretty high percentage look with the D playing off. Just couldn't knock it down.
Here's the screen. Billups dishes to O'Neal. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Something lit a fire under him this quarter. Their lead's safe as long as he's on the floor.
The Lakers have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. Some changes for the Lakers. Jones comes in for Thompson. And primetime subbed in for Chauncey Billups. Utah also making some changes. Aussie's checked in for Andre Drummond. Chambers comes in for Grant. And it's Russell in for Pippen. Here's Chambers. A rebound by the Lakers. Marion's got 5 rebounds tonight. 14 feet away. It's rebounded by Boss. Boss has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Williams. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
The D doing everything they can to cut him off on his way to the hoop.
Charity stripe shot. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Man, he has an excellent mid-range game. Surprising how much room he had to operate on that play.
Here's the screen. Frazier the pass to Chambers. Over O'Neal. And it's sent back by O'Neal. Outside, Jones. O'Neal passes to Primetime. Shaq with the screen. Here's Primetime. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
As off the mark as he has been, they're a little lucky to be in front.
And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Frazier outside. He feeds it to Williams. That's tipped. Out of bounds. The Lakers will take possession. And the Lakers have possession. And he's going up for the...
Textbook. Oh, wow. In your face. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And the Jazz call time here.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Let's take a look at the players who have pulled down the most rebounds during this postseason. Look at O'Neal. He does a great job inside, one of the top rebounders in the league.
He's dialed up his rebounding here in the postseason. There's something about the big games that bring out the best in him.
There's the pick. Williams passes to Boss. Shot to stop the run. Williams with another miss.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive end.
Russell against Marion. Pass to Primetime. Jones, no one around him. Releases from the wing and drills it. And now a 12-point Laker lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Frazier. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, going up against a big run, trying to mount one of your own, I mean, it's exhausting and takes a tremendous amount of energy here.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Jazz trail by 12. Kicks to Williams. Chambers with a screen on Marion. Frazier left side. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Frazier's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
And it's good, 2 points. O'Neal's got the lead up to 12 now for the Lakers.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Frazier, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
He's got his 4th free throw of the game. Pau Gasol has checked in for the Lakers. Scottie Pippen's checked in for Utah. Free throw good, Frazier. And it's the Lakers' ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Gasol inside, defended by Chambers. Marion kicks to Gasol. Rocket 6. Jones, that's for 2. Kept alive. Another shot, and there's the nice layup by Gasol. Gasol's got 8 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Frazier outside. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
He has put forth an outstanding effort on offense this quarter. He will need to keep it up if they really want to cut into this lead.
Now Marion. The pass to Dampier. Here's Primetime. Shot on the wing, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Primetime's got 4 this quarter. Pass to Chambers. Back to Frazier. From downtown, Chambers. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Gasol, and there's another one for the Lakers.
And Gasol excels from that mid-range area. If you leave him open from there, you're going to pay the price.
Frazier kicks to Williams. Launches a 3. Gets a hand on it. It's good on the putback. He's got 6.
Nice. He snuck a hand in there. That's the great anticipation he brings on the offensive glass.
And we've reached the end of the third. Lakers lead by 9. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. And Utah has possession. So on the floor for Utah, Frazier is out there with Lou Williams. And there's Chambers. Then there's Pippen. And it's Boss in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Artful use of the screen there. Gains the separation he needs for a good look.
Jones with it. Williams picks him up. Jones dishes to Gasol. The shot missing. Nice D from Frazier. Jazz trail by 7. Takes a 3. Here's Burleson. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football. Having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, you had to stop. And look, the D has to be talking out there. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Utah calls timeout.
They are throwing the ball away at an alarming rate. And I'm sure that's what they're discussing right now. Those turnovers, they have to take care of the basketball. Value each possession.
Making a change here. Heinsohn's checked in. Utah also making some changes. Drummond's checked in for Boss. Grant comes in for Chambers, and it's Ginobili in for Williams. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He knows they struggled at the free throw line, but he actually looked at the positive. He said, if we continue to get to the foul line, good things are going to happen, but we have to keep getting there. Maybe that'll take the heat off him a little.
Thank you, David. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Scottie Pippen. Ginobili against Jones. Over Ginobili. Jones, no luck.
Well, this has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
Lakers leading by 5. There's a screen. Off the pick. They get it again. Here's Dampier, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Oh, and the defensive chops of Drummond really helping this team. He really cleans house with his shot block.
Goes back up, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Free throw, good, Drummond.
Drummond is a rebounding beast who eats glass for a living. Can't keep this guy off the board.
Thompson, he's checked in for Jones. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Drummond, a screen, outside, Ginobili. Utah with a fresh 24. Here's Grant. And it's all evened up.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a putback.
Even though the end is near, he is still fighting for the basket. That's just an awesome effort.
They get it back. Gasol banked in off the glass.
And really, Gasol just never stops attacking the boards. Just utterly relentless at pounding the glass.
Grant outside. Dishes it to Frazier. Now the feed to Pippen. 6 to shoot. Shoots from the line. A nice shot by Frazier. Frazier's got the game tied up here for Utah.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here, Clark.
I mean, at some point, you got to think about subbing some of these guys out, getting them a little bit of a breather. They just can't keep up.
Gasol passes to Thompson. Outside, Billups. Billups can't get that one to fall. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. That gives them the lead. That's 12 points for Ginobili.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Outside, Billups to the wing right side. Thompson from long range. And that's collected by Grant.
I'm sure the D has no issue whatsoever with him taking those threes, but he isn't hitting anything from out there.
Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside, Billups. Outside for Gasol. Outside, Billups. Gasol dishes to Thompson. Frazier against Billups. Passes to Heinsohn. Shoots over Frazier. And it's Heinsohn missing. Utah's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Frazier against Billups. Shot by Frazier, no good. Now here's Gasol. He's tightly guarded. And Grant sends it back. Pushing it up. Here's Ginobili. Another miss by Utah. The Lakers trail. Outside, Billups. There's the dish to Dampier. Thompson from long range. And he's good on the 3-ball. Thompson's got 29.
He is shooting the lights out from outside.
Billups against Frazier. He dishes it to Ginobili. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Frazier's got 9 assists now tonight. Frazier against Billups. Feeds it to Thompson. Over Ginobili. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Then for 3. And Drummond is right there. And the Jazz lead by 1. We can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Yeah, no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
There's the pick. Gasol against Grant. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And what about the way Gasol sees the floor? So gifted at whipping the ball all over to the open man.
Grant kicks to Ginobili. Here's Drummond. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. O'Neal's checked in for Los Angeles. And he's good on the second.
He's upset he missed on a chance to give them the lead, but he evens things up.
Billups kicks to Thompson. And a miss there on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage. And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Gasol. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Here's Ginobili. Drummond with a screen on Thompson. Here's Ginobili. It counts. And the foul. That's on Shaq.
And Ginobili, he's like a whirling dervish when he's driving inside. Just kind of glides his way to the basket.
And that one falls for Ginobili. Los Angeles has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. They set the pick. Frazier against Billups. He kicks it to O'Neal. Clock at 6. Here's the 3. And Chauncey Billups the bucket on the assist by Shaq. And the Lakers lead by 2.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Frazier kicks to Grant. Gasol with the steal. Here's Phillips, and Grant sends it back. In the corner, it's Ginobili. Nailed from three-point land. Ginobili's got 15 points in just the second half. Phillips kicks to Thompson. Back to Phillips. Shaq passes to Phillips. That doesn't go either for Phillips. And here's Utah. Stolen by Thompson. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Marion's checked in. Phillips against Frazier. Phillips dishes to O'Neal. The kick out to Phillips. Shoots over Frazier. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 16 points for Chauncey Billups. Pass to Frazier. Back to Ginobili. From the arc. Utah gets it back, and Drummond kicks to Frazier. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Full 24-second shot clock. Second chance shot, and he gets the jumper to drop. Frazier's got 6 here in this quarter.
Love seeing the offense run through the big man. Drummond with great vision and terrific feet.
Thompson for 3. And yes, a nice assist from Billups. Billups has got his 7th assist in the game. Billups against Frazier. To the middle. Pippen. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Marion passes to O'Neal. 5 on the clock. Billups from outside. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters.
Lakers leading by 3. It's stolen by Frazier. He feeds it to Pippen. Grant outside. 1:41 left in the game. Clock at 6. Ginobili against Thompson. No good from Ginobili.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Here's Pippen. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. Heinsohn's checked in for Sean Marion. And he ends up making the second, and that brings them within 2 here.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Kicks it to Thompson. It's tipped. It's stolen by Frazier. Ginobili left side. Gasol with it. Now defended by Grant. Here's Billups. And the pass to Heinsohn. Dishes it to O'Neal. In the corner, Billups with it. No good on the triple.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Back to Ginobili. The Jazz working the ball around now. Offline.
Yeah, good interior D there. Prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time.
11 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Well, they can breathe easy now thanks to those free throws. They won't have to sweat this one out.
Utah calls timeout. They're down by 4. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What do you think, guys?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Well, do you go with your rhythm? You have to decide, do you run something new, something that's been working, something they haven't seen?
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nails it! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And how about that lefty stroke there from Ginobili? It is a thing of beauty. He is dialed in from deep.
And the Lakers call time here. They're up by 1. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. It's the first, that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Pushes it from a 2 to a 3-point lead. You can count on him. It makes a huge difference right now.
And the Jazz call time here. They're trailing by 3. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Let's face it, really difficult to find an open 3 in this situation. Look, there's no secret. It's the only shot that'll save him. So the D is all over the perimeter guarding that 3-point line.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. This was a pivotal game in the series so far, and they were able to keep their heads straight, get the job done, and take the all-important 3-2 lead.
Now they can breathe.
David, thank you as always. Well, that'll do it, folks. Glad you could join us for the Western Conference semifinals.